Blow. All right. So we got the Wielder of Excalibur 5.24 update patch notes.
By Titan Isaiah.
What? Oh, by Titan
You're
Isaiah.
yeah.
Good man. All right. So King Arthur's a new god. We already know that. I don't know his abilities, so I'm going to go over them. Steadfast. Each time King Arthur's abilities damage a god, he gains a stack of Steadfast. I hope I'm saying it right. Reducing damage, he takes and increasing the rate at which he builds energy. This, additionally, King Arthur does not benefit from attack speed. Bonus attack speed instead increases the rate at which he builds energy. What? So he gets mitigation. He gets bonus gained energy 25 per stack. Duration's 15 seconds. Stack count is 4. Attack speed conversion 33% of attack speed turns into energy gain.
So it's like Cuchulain's Rage, with just instead of mana, it's
weird. All right. So his
energy.
first ability,
hold on. He gets 6% mitigation at full stacks.
I mean, yeah, I think it's more the energy gain than anything. All right. So overhead slash, his first ability, hamstring, apparently. The other name there. That's weird. Arthur deals a devastating overhead blow in melee range that creates a slashing attack that travels forward. Enemies hit in melee range take 50% increased damage. Combo, King Arthur swipes low, crippling and damaging enemies that are struck.
So if it's hitting a combo, so if it's the second step in a combo, he just swipes low. If it's the first ability he uses, he overhand smashes.
The slash damage is 280 with 60% scaling, and it's 50% increased, right? If you do the combo. So you're getting...
No. It's 50% increase with the slash damage.
Oh, yeah, just the slash damage. So if he hits in melee range, he actually just does another fucking 140 damage.
Right. Correct.
So he's doing 420 damage before scaling.
Plus 60% scaling. A lot of fucking power.
Okay. Crippled, it's a cripple too.
That's only if he doesn't.
That's if the combo. Cripple, higher damage on the combo, but only if you're not doing the extra damage. Cripple is 1.25 seconds. Energy gain is 3. Cooldown's 14 seconds, and it's really low mana cost. Dope. Interesting. Apparently he has a stance switch, which is the combo. So we'll get to that. Battle Stomp, Uppercut. King Arthur stomps on the ground with heavy force, causing enemies around him to take damage and become slowed.
Holy shit.
So the combo, which apparently is something with a stance change, we'll find out here in a second. King Arthur charges forward, stopping on first god hit. At the end of the charge, King Arthur unleashes an uppercut, knocking up enemies into the air. So the stomp damage, which is the non-combo, is 140 with 40% scaling, has a slow. The slow lasts for 2.5 seconds. The combo, which is the uppercut damage, does 230 with 40% scaling, gives you energy, and it's 14-second cooldown. Dope. Interesting. The knockup is kind of fucking crazy, but dope. Then the third ability is Twin Cleave, or if you're stance switch, I guess it's Blade Storm. King Arthur unleashes 2 cleave attacks while charging forward. Enemies hit by a cleave take damage and have their protections reduced. So this motherfucker goes forward and fucking double swings while also reducing protections. The combo, King Arthur swipes Excalibur around, charging forward, damaging enemies 5 times before winding up a final strike that deals more damage.
Fuck?
King Arthur is immune to knockup for the duration. So the combo is 135 damage, really 30% scale. Yeah, but it's hitting twice on the first strike. So that's 270 with 60% scaling. Protection trend is 7%. The spin damage is 90 with 15% scaling, and that hits 5 times. So it's what, 400 and fucking, what is it, 450? 450 damage with 75% scaling. I don't know if I'm doing my math right. Those drinks killing me. Final damage on the new. Holy fuck!
I know, it does so much fucking damage.
So if you can hit all 5, you do 450 with the 75% scaling. Then you nuke them for 230 with 15% scaling at the end, and that's on a 16-second cooldown.
Bro, this motherfucker hurts. What the hell?
What? All right, his ultimate. 35 energy. King Arthur winds up a massive jab, charging forward slightly before striking. Enemies hit by this jab are stunned.
What?
80 energy. King Arthur charges forward with Excalibur drawn. If King Arthur hits an enemy god, he launches them into the air and unleashes a barrage of 6 attacks. After which he launches them back to the ground, dealing damage to the target and any enemy below.
What?
So when he takes them up, it's low damage. Damage per hit is 50. It's hitting 6 times though, so it's 300. fucking 60% scaling, and 1.5% of their max health. So it's doing 9% of their max health.
No, it does up to 13% of their max health.
No, that's on the landing damage. That's
What the
even
fuck
more
ever?
damage. That's more damage. We're only halfway there. He does 360 damage on landing, up to 13% of their max health with 50% scaling.
So he fucking Omni slashes him. What the
The
hell?
cooldown is only 20 seconds,
What?
but it costs energy. Oh, because you need 80 energy built up to do that
All right,
massive.
so it'll take you 60 seconds to build up that much energy.
I don't see the stance change that you guys are talking about.
No, it's a combo. It's if you hit these abilities after you hit other abilities. So if you lead with an ability that does one thing, and every other ability becomes a combo ability.
Okay, so you do 1, 2. So you can follow up. You hit them
Yeah,
with
you
one.
do one,
So you're
2,
like,
3,
all right,
4.
I'm going to steadfast. And
No,
then,
that's this passive.
oh, that's passive. Sorry. You're like, I'm going to fucking hamstring and then I'm going to combo with an uppercut. Or I'm going to blade storm in and then I'm going to swap over and fucking uppercut.
So-
Okay.
From what I've heard,
Dope.
also
You start with a stomp,
the
and then your other two
abilities
abilities become combo.
have separate cooldowns on their combo cooldown and their base one.
Okay. That's
So
interesting.
if you
That's
one,
actually
and then
really dope.
two, you then
Yeah.
can 2, then 1 instantly.
What? You
From
can
what
1,
I've
2,
heard.
2, 1 off the follow up instantly. That's crazy. That is fucking crazy.
Bullshit.
Just watch the what part of it? All right. Well, fucking 34 minutes. I
Oh,
think.
there it is.
All right.
Should mute Duke.
Oh yeah, we're going to. I love Duke, but sorry, Duke.
He looks so analytical.
But he does. It's his job.
Always.
All right. Sorry, Duke. You're covered too, brother. Wait, no, we need to hear this.
Something like be at, because it has up to 100 energy. You can be at 100 energy, use the ult, use other abilities to quickly build back up to 35, and use the other ult. And often, if you're building up enough energy, the time it takes to build up enough energy, you're gonna have it off cooldown to use again.
Now, before we go for the abilities, we need to talk about the basic attacks first of all on this list. Now, these basic attacks, there's a little bit of a difference than traditional Smite with this, right? There's new tech, I believe.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
He's different auto attack.
So when we were playing him, he had this really cool action game hack and slash feel, but the basics felt kind of strange where he was just doing standard basic attacks. He scaled with attack speed. Things were just kind of very similar, and it didn't quite feel
His
the same
attacks
as
look
the
cool.
other abilities. And so what we wanted to do was make it feel more like an ability. And so we allowed it to, when you're out of range of a target, he will actually charge forward. He'll leap forward to hit enemies.
That's an auto attack.
So it's
What?
Kind of like, he's got a little bit
He
of
just
movement. It's
charges
a bit of a
on his
charge,
auto
a little bit of a
attack.
dash that's involved in
That's-
this. Guys, you were involved in some
Oh,
of this.
that's
So
what's gonna be the
easy.
attack speed,
There's two
because you
charges
can't
going
fucking-
on.
Right.
If
You should be
you're
able to
not
run it, you
near
roll
a target,
out.
you're actually
Right.
just going to charge forward.
Yeah, but
But
still,
if you're actually
bro.
close enough to a
What
target,
if you
you're
haven't
gonna
just
start
go
locking
crit and
onto
you're just
them.
whacking really
Yeah, so
hard?
you're gonna actually
You
rotate
just go
towards
full
them.
power.
That's
And one of
massive, not
the
missing
cool
any
things,
basics.
Or one of
What?
the difficult things that we were able to do with this sort of tech. Is
Yeah, you
normally
can't
when you
really
cast
miss
an ability,
autos unless
it's
you're
like
really
that
out of
or
range.
something. It's
It's a
very
cleave!
like sequential.
It's a
and
cleave!
and you play an animation, right? That's guaranteed. So normally on the client, we tell the
Every
client
auto
to play this
attack
animation.
cleaves.
One of the
What
cool
the
things going on
fuck?
with this new tech is there's decision making going on, whether or not you're going to, again, charge forward, you're going to lock on, or you're going to do these things. And you're able to reconcile both on the client and server that you're able to.
Wait, did the cleave do less damage? I feel like it did 30%
make the same
damage.
decision. That way, you end up getting this like full
No.
zero latency experience on.
It
on
did.
whether
When
or
he
not
hit the
you're
old
Such a
boss, I thought it
free
did
The
22.
guy
one thing to mention
closer.
about this as well. Now you can't buy attack speed.
I don't
items on
know
this
when
gun.
if he goes back over. I'll see.
But if you
I
do
don't
buy
care if
attack
it.
speed
It's
items,
still a
you get
cleave for the
something.
solo lane.
Yeah, and so attack speed kind of
Oh,
like, it feels
Hinduman's
like you're
here.
trying to
Yeah,
get
what's up,
damage
Hindu?
quicker, and so
Yeah.
we tried to go with that theme where if you build attack
This is
speed,
crazy.
you're actually going to be building energy quicker. So
Which
I believe
helps towards
it's-
your ultimate. Yeah.
Yeah, so if you get 60% attack speed,
Bro, this guy
30%
needed to be
is gonna
hype,
go
and
towards your energy
just the
gain,
first fight,
so
not
you're
even an
actually
ability,
gaining
is
energy
a
20%
it's
faster.
pretty fucking hype.
Oh,
So that's the basic attacks understood a little bit
Oh.
more.
Imagine that you
Now,
think you're out of
moving on to
range
actual
and
abilities.
just
Well, not really.
there he is
Passive,
This is gonna be
which
so
also a great
complicated.
feature.
Pretty
There we
much
go.
been talking about the passive.
Yeah.
All of these
Right.
things we've been talking about are parts of the passive. The way his stances change, the way he can build attack speed or energy instead of attack speed. But there is one.
I don't
more
really
element
care.
to this passive.
This is crazy.
These all are
some
kind of the
bullshit.
core kit. The core pieces that make this kit feel different. Like
Okay.
we move them into the passive because Arthur has such a unique and different feel to it. That's why his passive feels like it has a lot going on. But we have to have a place where we can convey all that information to the players.
Sure.
So since he is such a unique god, we use the passive for those, just to kind of give you
realize
the
that.
entire idea. Like this is a strange god to really look at certain parts just in a vacuum by themselves, because it doesn't play like that at all. Like it all comes together.
They said it's a
and it's so
strange
important to
god
think
to
of these
look at.
abilities as flowing into each other and not
I
just
can't wait to see
single
these abilities
one-off
comboed.
things.
Okay, now let's talk about the combos before we get into the abilities. First of all, I guess is the best way. Or should we go straight into ability one?
Well, we still have one aspect of the passive still,
there is?
which we actually fit all that in the text, and I'm super happy
Good
about
job.
that.
The
is-
mitigations.
But does it
yes,
fit in German?
mitigations. Maybe.
No, it doesn't.
Probably doesn't fit. But what we do have is something to encourage you to fight, kind of reward you for doing the playstyle that we're kind of encouraging, which is get in the middle of enemies and really deal a lot of damage and use your abilities in sequence.
Yep.
Is each time you deal damage to a god, you'll get a stack of something called Steadfast, and that will give you damage mitigation, a percentage of that, and it will also increase how fast you're building energy. So the longer you're fighting, the more and more energy generation you're going to get.
Yeah, if you
So
sustain
staying
in a
combat
fight, you can just
good,
fucking
leaving
have
combat
crazy
bad.
energy
Yes.
build.
Makes a lot of sense to
Fight.
me.
And this
Dude,
makes sense from a
Glad
core perspective of this god, because a god
Glad
that has a
Shield and
lot of
Soul Eater.
abilities
Fuck.
and we want
Hey,
to
Lake
use all of them,
2.0.
you need to stay in combat for a long time to have time to use
He
those,
is.
right? If he did as much damage,
Warrior
with 3 abilities
fucking
as another
Pele on
god, then
steroids.
he would be overpowered.
Mm-hmm.
But if he did
fucking
8
mad.
abilities as fast as he did as another
Forget
god did 3
steroids.
abilities, that would be also be overpowered, right?
And
we
in
have
the
an
cleave
interesting
is
kind of
a third of the
Yeah,
damage.
it's 30%.
DPS
Okay, so if you hit more than one target,
problem
it's
to
30%.
go through with Arthur,
Does one
which
target
really
get-
led us to a lot
Yeah,
of design
yeah,
elements
yeah, the
that
main target
encourage
gets full
him
damage.
Alright.
to stay in the
That's
fight.
kinda
and
crazy
continue
for
fighting and
wave
using all
clear.
of his abilities, but at
So
a
he's got
pace that you're
built-in
accustomed to.
golden bow. Got it.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Really
jungling. Gimme,
interesting
gimme.
So far with this, now you can see the passive meter as well being charged up on the left-hand side. I believe
Yep.
is that how it is? That's gonna be cool. So first ability then, because we've got a few abilities here.
I feel like even for this guy, before we even go into abilities, we should just have whoever's driving here just go through a bunch of them.
all right.
Like,
Yeah,
let's
sure.
just.
I believe it's
Pecky's
Pecky's.
go.
Pecky's.
Does
Play him out,
Pecky's
boy.
have much Arthur experience here?
Probably not.
No, not terribly.
Okay. I would love to see him just
Jesus.
like slash
Oh
on an
my
Odin
Just
for
keep
a
pressing
minute
buttons,
and
bro.
just go
What
through
is
just to get
happening?
a
What's
feel
going
of
on?
how the
What
character
the
runs
hell?
through.
Do some cooldown.
And no, I don't even think we need to cheat. With
Is
cooldowns,
one just hit for
because cooldowns are low.
235
Oh, yeah, sure.
from
True.
range?
Is he using cooldown sheet right now? It
he was,
doesn't.
he
he
just
was
took out
using
pose.
it, and then
That's the one
now
that does
he's
more
not.
damage in
Okay.
melee range,
So yeah,
right?
just unload on the Odin.
That was his 1, that was his 3, right?
What?
As you can see with these,
That was his 3. That'll.
What was that? Shit, it is an Omni Slash.
Don't worry, we'll get there.
Look at all that
Whoa.
damage. What the fuck?
And a stun.
and a stun.
Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah,
for me, going through the abilities one at a time is just strange for this character because that's not how he ever
You're right.
plays. Yeah,
6.1 patch notes will have nerfs. I can already see it coming now.
we'll
What
see.
just
Comes in
happened,
the
bro?
stun on a warrior. Oh no.
I actually
Oh, no,
can't
but
comprehend what the
what
fuck.
is happening?
This
Amazing.
god is broken.
Fine.
What
The
the hell?
combos work. Explain how the
that-
combos work for me. I believe you can't like go from stance to stance and then use the same ability again when you reset to the original stance you started in.
Yep. So each ability
They've got
has its
cooldowns.
own separate cooldown.
Right.
So if you do one standard, you're now in combo stance.
Okay.
I do one combo, I go back to my standard stance. My 1 is likely on cooldown, but I still have access to my 2 and my
But
3.
So you use an
every
use an ability,
time
you go to
you're
combo
always gonna be
stance.
going between
You
standard
use an
combo,
ability, you
standard
go back to
combo,
normal
standard
stance.
combo Is the flow of the abilities, and so you got to be
So
mindful
yeah,
of that
standard
too,
combo,
because
standard
you might
combo,
want the
standard
knockup
combo.
of the
That makes
2
sense. That makes a
combo
lot.
that we'll get to in a little bit.
Yeah.
But you might be in standard stance, so you have to use another ability to get there, and so maybe you can
Look
use
at
a
our
gap
Tom
closer,
there.
maybe you can use a slow.
I'm gonna play the
Gotcha. So you gotta
fuck
make
out
sure
of this
you
guy.
get the ability available for you
Mark,
in
where
the
you want?
stance you want. and
I'm
have
literally
it
gonna
do that.
play this
Right.
all
Because
fucking day
it really
long
does
tomorrow
cause
if I can get
people
on
to find
PTS.
combos that they like every person who's playtested him, I found them liking just completely different things, certain ability orders that they just kind of gravitate towards.
Listen, I just like pressing 3 consistently. If 3 is up, it's being pressed is kind of how it's going to be.
So the thing is, when
Good
you hear the
shit.
word combo in
Yeah.
games, there's kind of 2 different designs that come to mind.
Yes.
One is kind of the more classic fighting game combos, which is a long string of inputs that you must input exactly
honestly
in
don't
order
wanna
to
go
pull
home
off the
because I
combo.
won't be able to
That
play
is
this
not
guy.
the type
Yeah,
of
you'll
design
have
we
days.
want
Like,
to
oh
work
yeah,
with.
no, we're stuck in Virginia. Sorry.
Now we have lots of Smite guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
Glad
for
Shield's gonna
Hercules,
be
you always
fucking
want to
sick.
Too.
Pull them,
Glad
then
Shield
push
Soul Eater.
them, then
You know how
ult
much
them, and
fucking
you
damage?
always want to do that. That's fine. What we wanted with Arthur was something different. So we
Soul
designed
Eater.
his combo
So the
system
2
in a
in
way that
combo
has
stance is like
freedom for
just
the
a
players to
slam, right? And it
choose their
slows.
order. So
It's like a
all
ground
gods in
pound.
Smite end up having some sort of combo that becomes most popular, and it's very possible that Arthur will have the same. But he
The
has
3
a lot
in
more
combo
options,
is a
lot more
spin
choices,
arena.
and a lot more ways to affect the order in which he uses.
That's
his
the
abilities.
ultimate, right?
And we want players to be able to react to the situation and use them in different ways. And we designed this system specifically to give players that freedom.
Okay, we gotta
This
have
guy-
the abilities, though, even though you don't want
This
to
guy
use
needs
combos,
black
so
thorn
that's
hammer.
How the functionality works, we've seen it a little bit.
This motherfucker
Right.
just said he
But
needs
let's break it
black.
It's just so funny because the way we've been
He
testing
is
it,
running
Duke
out of
Sloth.
no one
shit.
says like, "Oh, use your 2 there."
Duke Sloth.
We're
I love
always
you,
like,
bro.
"Oh, well, you should 3 standard
fuck
into
up.
2 combo there." Like that's the way we always talk about him, and that's the way we expect players to as well.
First
Let's give
ability,
the most
normal
broken
stance is
god in
going
the
for
game the
overhand
worst
slash.
item.
You've
Yeah.
seen the cameraman doing it a couple of times so far. This is kind of a poke tool more than anything else, a bit of a clear tool.
Well, it's both. So what's cool about this is
It does a
you
lot
have
of
range
damage if you're in
projectiles,
melee
which
range.
He cuts the air, creates
So
this,
he
like,
can
energy
clearly look at
projectile
that
goes
range.
flying
That's
forward,
melee
so it
range.
captures That magic field
That fucking
Excalibur.
blue line is melee
But
range.
if you get them in melee
Yes.
range, well, he is swinging Excalibur at
That
over-
blue
over
line is
overhead
melee
slash.
range.
Yeah.
If they're in melee range, they're going to take 50% increased damage.
Oh, wow.
So you
Okay.
can
That's
use it as a range
400
poke, or
damage,
if
I'm
you
pretty
actually
sure,
get
if
in with other
you're
abilities in
there.
your kit, you can deal more damage directly.
Cool. So
Right?
that's
I'm
the
not
overhead
mistaken?
smash,
And
then
it's
the
clear.
Combo stance for the same ability is a sword swipe across, which is called hamstring.
That's without scaling.
And that one is a horizontal swipe. It's pretty big.
Yeah, because it's doing 235 and 118. That's without any scaling.
It's a slight-
So it'll be
it's a
doing
horizontal
400.
Slash that kind of like goes
And-
low, and it tries to
max
kind of like
rank, yeah.
hamstring
Yeah.
them. Which is
And
why
he's
they
no
make sure
pen or
that it cripples
anything.
them.
Like,
Put a fucking
So that-
like that. That's with def. Yeah. What the
It's very
fuck?
strong cripple, but it allows
That's
you to do
400
things
damage
like
before
use an
scaling.
ability,
Wow.
And then someone who
Look
might leave
why
below you
they're
stop that, and then you
cloning.
get to unload other abilities on them.
So not a slow, just a cripple on
Bro,
that.
Just a cripple.
Interesting. Because I expected
You are gonna go
hamstring, but
so
cripple's really
fast.
And the thing is,
Why
with
he
these
said the black
abilities,
was
you'll notice a lot when you're playing Arthur.
Maybe,
the
but-
way he feels, the way he
Fuck,
moves, and the way he
Blackthorn, I wanna do
animates
damage.
during his abilities.
You
is
need a
just different than other
transcendence.
Smite gods.
Right.
And this is
Fuck
going
a
to feel
blood.
very
Fire.
different to different
Get-
types of players. But
Transcendence.
specifically for the one, he becomes self-rooted during these. So
Jogan.
if our playtester is just walking
Jogan.
forward and fires these
No,
abilities, he
that
has
there's
to
a
stop.
blue line that
A lot
shows
of
you
our
melee
gods, they
range on
move
the
in all
one.
8 directions
same
while
time.
spinning in circles at full
Like there's
speed
literally when
and
he
shooting
ones, you
things
can
out.
see the blue line for melee
Yeah.
range.
That just broke down the core fabric of
did
Arthur's
300
design.
fucking
The way he's
shit,
intended
Yeah.
to feel as an action game character, the animation
See?
drives his attacks. And that's a lot of the work that Chaos was putting
not
into this
throwing
character
fault.
was to change these rules.
Yeah, what-
which
what-
has
Two
been set
cleave
in
is
Smite for years,
gross.
but we were like, nah, rip them out.
Like one of the things we did
Dude, he's
with the
gonna be
one
auto
because we
at
wanted to give him like a little
big
bit of
time.
forward.
They are
movement.
low. They are low mana
He's
cost at
using,
max
like,
strength,
a
but I
little bit of a
think.
mini chart,
I mean, I
and he's
guess we'll
actually able
see.
to turn wherever he wants to while he's charging, which is something we haven't really done before.
Oh,
You know, if
okay.
you look at like Ardeo or Vamana, right? They have like these slow
Look at how
reduced
far
turn
that ability
charges.
goes.
So with him, he gets that forward momentum and he gets that like animated cinematic feel while still.
Oh
having that
my
dynamic control
gosh.
over what he's doing.
That's
Right.
Dude, you
But you
kill
can't be
somebody for
strafing
having
all
a
8
fucking
directions
longer
while
than
spinning full
Scylla
speed
route.
Right. Yeah.
on Arthur's moves. You're going to have
The length of
some
a
limitations.
roll.
You need
Bro,
to-
a heart
you'll have to
seeker
really play to the animation.
will be
With
fucking
that,
we'll see that
glorious
more.
with that. Yeah, you
Right,
just
right,
fucking
right,
slam
right.
somebody.
Arthur Crusher, and you just
First
fucking
one
do a
is gonna be
billion
called-
damage.
Well, Crusher, yeah, I guess
Nope,
you get
nope.
energy faster.
No.
Dude, I'm gonna
Nope.
have fun with this god. Holy
You're going
shit.
right to 3.
You're gonna be able to go full tank out of the jungle, like hybrid
Yeah, he
tank.
does
You're gonna be able to go
like
full
the
damage.
Tell me about Battle
You're able to play this
Arthur
as a
Crusher
solo, a support.
Yeah, he stomps the ground and pulses out this kind of magic area that will slow
And you'll
enemies.
still do a billion
so-
fucking damage.
So he has a knock up, a slow, the range shit, and then his ultimate is a knock up, fucking ground pound, slam your ass,
And
a
you use
cripple.
it slows and it's
and a
very low
cripple. Yeah,
damage.
right. Sorry,
And
and a
that's kind
cripple.
of a theme of the 2 itself is the 2 is really a lot of the more CC to set up your other
Hydra's,
abilities. So it's low
yeah,
damage,
Hydra's
but
could be
it
interesting.
slows, which can help you
I don't know about him.
land the overhead.
Yeah, I guess
slash.
if you're
It can help you when
canceling,
you
if you can
spin
auto
on
attack
them.
cancel.
It can
You have
help
the
you.
uppercut.
What's it? What's
Yeah,
the
he's gonna
internal
be cut.
cooldown
You can
of
all
the
those
Hydras?
The uppercut is the
That knockup is super short though.
Luckily,
Luckily, that's
Right,
the good.
two combo is
okay,
uppercut.
never mind.
That's long
really
enough to
sweet little
fucking.
Yeah, never mind.
You can roll off that. You
Too
can
slow
fucking
into
do anything you
uppercut.
want.
And the uppercut
Yo,
really is
what's
just
Never mind.
what's the
standard
internal
uppercut.
cooldown
It's,
on
it's a little
Hydras?
bit away, a little bit up, and the nice thing is it can
does it have
actually-
one? I don't
because
think it
you're
has
putting
one.
in
I
front
don't
of
know.
you,
Yeah.
you
Don't
get
think
more
it
Yeah,
was-
Hydra's has no
damage.
cooldown. Poly has a
No,
4-second
it's not.
cooldown.
Lordy.
Especially with
I
like
love this
the
guy.
It's
Get a
very
Hydra
close
rock on
range.
a
Like
cleave.
those Odins are standing
Like,
very
that's a
close
fuck ton of
together.
damage.
But yeah, if you
Yeah,
you're in the
this
hit
is a lot of
area,
damage.
That's kind of what happened at Golf.
yeah, it's
Oh
kinda
my
like, it's like an
gosh.
action game. If there are a whole bunch of enemies together and you like,
So
swipe your
ideally-
sword across, you're hitting all of them.
So already
Your
I'm
one
learning
isn't
from
what
the
you
fact
wanna
that when
combo.
you're playing against Arthur, you don't want to group up. Is what
No.
I'm feeling.
I
You
want
wanna
to be
be
You're-
Okay.
Spread out.
So that's uppercut and battle
Combo.
stomp.
Pawn's
Then
not
we move
playing,
to
it's-
a moment
it's
ago for
Peggy's.
the third ability, twin cleave.
Right.
So yep, King Arthur unleashes kind of 2 cleave attacks, so he'll actually spin
Bro,
twice,
who's
and
meant
he's
to-
charging forward while he's spinning.
Bro, if you get
this
a
is
situation where
really good
people
stuff.
like a
It's both
Hades gets a
covers
big
distance,
ult
but
and
if
you
you're already
fucking
on your
spin
target,
on top of them and
you
then
can use it to actually
ult,
shred their armor.
God.
Oh, so as
that's
you
a
go
lot of
Wait, you
damage.
hit more
quite
than one
movement
person
speed,
per
you
ult?
can move pretty pretty quick.
The slam does. I think it does AOE damage, doesn't it?
He's shredded.
Yes, so
Slam
if you
does,
actually
yeah,
hit
yeah,
people,
yeah.
so
Yeah,
it's
the
a very
slam
good gap
does.
closer or very good.
And you
just
prot
increases
shred with the
damage
3.
overall.
So if you spin on people and then ground pound the fucking alt slam on somebody, they're gonna get fucking railed.
Dash through and like hit the other soul
It's
lane,
7
and you
prot
try to
shred, and I'm
you
guessing
round
it
through the
stacks.
minions, and
I'm
you're
assuming
gonna
it's not
be
just
set
7
to use
flat,
your
7
big spin, which is the
on
next
hit,
ability.
maybe?
He
I
has
don't
so
know.
many
Well,
abilities he's using all the
I'll
time.
be interested
that
about
there's
that.
no one
Like a
that's
rat.
just like the lane clear. You're gonna need
Yeah.
to use multiple abilities, so they all
Sure.
can do part of it. But
Because his mana costs are going to be
Oh, it's
relatively
good.
low, I
Yeah.
heard, right? To
Yeah.
allow him
Yep.
to do this.
so some players we've seen in testing prefer to go the 3 for the lane clear. Some
Yep.
prefer to go to 1. The 2 is more utility, so you generally don't go that first.
Right.
But
Oh, we still have
Oh,
5 more
interesting. We could get more of a
giveaways.
slow, I guess. You'll see.
I know,
later.
You
I'm
could if you really just
exhausted.
want to focus on boxing out the opponent instead. You could.
Okay, so that's the third ability, but let's go into the Blade Storm, the combo ability of this. Now, what's the difference?
Do you want to
between
throw
this
those
and the other
back in
version?
throughout the week?
So this one
Get
is you're
as
kind of
sub
forced
goals?
to charge forward. So think kind of a mana where you're kind of forced to go forward, except you have a lot more
Right,
turn
like-
and control, and you can also hold backwards to go
Like, get
slower.
your
But
big
you're
sub
spinning
goal for
around, rapidly
holidays?
slashing people with
Go
Excalibur,
on, you.
and then at the end you do one big final hit that does more damage. So if you get to the end of this
Here.
charge, if you're able to stay on your
Wow.
target, and they
Here,
don't
good
get
boy.
away, they're gonna eat a pretty meaty hit.
And one of the cool things too with the 3B, sorry,
Let's play,
the Blade Storm is that you're actually that final.
We'll do
smash
a,
at
if
the
people
end, that
stuck
final
around this
strike,
long, let's
is
drop the
something we were
switch.
actually building
Yeah.
tech
Let's
off of
drop the
from
bags.
Baron's
Let's drop
ult.
a keyboard.
When
Oh,
Baron
really?
actually finishes,
We'll
all,
do
he
a
goes
we'll
into
do a
this, like,
last
resolve
game
animation,
after this.
and we were able to use that same tech to bring in like a kind of extra attack.
This
at
the
end, which
gods'
is
abilities are
otherwise firing
fucking
device.
wild, dude.
Awesome.
We spoke about the ultimate a little bit, one or two of them. Now, the energy generation is what we mentioned there. You get some energy from
switch
using the
the bag.
three
Or one.
ability, I believe. Do the
Yeah.
other abilities give you energy
All
too?
the abilities give you energy. The
Cool.
one I think gives you about the most if in just like a single instance.
Right.
I
am gonna fucking destroy kids with this god.
A little bit more. But really, all of them are.
I am gonna
very rewarding with
beat
energy if you hit them.
that
and then if you
ass.
get enough
I
energy,
don't
you
know,
can
man.
use the ultimate.
I kind
Now,
of feel
the
like
ultimate, is it
they're
based off
building
which
this for
stance you're
people
in, which
who are,
only
like,
use if you've got enough energy for both?
fighting game
Or is it just
players
based off
or
how much energy
incredibly
you have
mechanically
currently
skilled,
is the
so-
ability you're going to use?
Yep, it's
I don't know
currently
that you're
how
gonna
much
do much
energy
of
you have.
I'm
So
gonna
anywhere from
destroy
35
with this
to
fucking god.
79, you'll use the 4 standard.
Yeah,
If
can you
are-
beat the
so
ult?
that's Sundering Strike.
Right.
If you are above at 80 or above, you will use Excalibur.
Not if you're in the air.
Well, Why
Why
not?
Because that is fully
Oh yeah, I
charged.
guess if it's like
Even if
Naja
you-
ult, no,
That's
you
not way
can't.
for us to
Yeah.
show the other
Could
one
you
without
pre-beats it?
consuming and that's
You could
that
probably
big
pre-beat it like an
boy right there.
AO.
That is a
Yes.
hell of a lot.
Okay, you can beat the ult.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
charge
thank you,
forward,
Indy.
you isolate a target, and you bring
It's
them
like
into the
Naja
air,
ult? Okay.
And you deal damage to them. So
Are
each
you
slash
vulnerable
does a
while you're
base
knocked
amount
up in his
and,
ult, or are you
some of the
banished?
maximum health is true damage.
Oh, true damage?
So
Oh,
the-
no, if
the
you beat it,
base
ends the
damage
ult,
is
but you take the
physical.
slam
So
damage.
Percent health focuses actually on their percent health, so it's technically true. And then at the end, you unleash
It
one
acts
final big
as
strike that
true
launches them back
damage.
to the ground, and that also does.
Do you
a
still
percentage
take
Bro.
of
the,
maximum health is true
the
damage and
full
another
like
big
Yeah.
slicing
damage.
damage in the
And
air?
No,
because
no,
you
no,
can
it
see
cancels
explosion
that.
at
You
the
end that
end,
early, but
if
you
you
get
hit
the slam damage.
potentially
If you
on
beads
the
in the air on that ult,
there, and
you
there's Odin's
stop
underneath.
that
Yeah,
fucking
oh
small
my
damage. You get the slam.
Oh,
That
yeah.
AoEs.
You're taking
Bro,
that
I
anyway,
want to
so-
see
Like,
the
does it
3
come up
protection
Yeah,
shred
so
on
one of the
4 or 5
awesome
people
things
into an
about
ult
this
and
is
4 or
at
5
any
people and
point
just see
once
them
you're up in the
fucking
air, you can bead,
explode.
And what it does is it actually
The
triggers
ultimates
Arthur
get
to go into
scaled.
the final smash of it.
Oh
So you don't
my
just fall out,
gosh.
but it causes him to.
That is
resolve
sick. It looks so
faster.
fucking cool
So
too.
he's
You still
gonna
take a
do
tough damage.
resolution damage of like the final strike and
Right.
the damage down.
Brand new
but
beats.
any
I'm
additional
surprised you
damage
can
taken
beat
away
that.
can be
That's actually
cancelled
really
because
cool.
you use your beats.
I'm glad you
All right,
did that.
That's
wait,
really
can
cool
you?
tech. I like
Yeah, that's
that.
something we've never done before. Where we actually have
That is
beads.
awesome.
The ability reacts to if you beads it or not,
Yeah,
and
it's
changes
like
how
if
it
you
Wait,
hit
behaves.
a
answer
Naja
question.
ult
Are
and
you
then
knocked
hit
up
the
or
first
are
one
you
hit
banished in
beats,
his ult?
And then he's like, okay, I'll just.
I don't
land
think
it.
either.
It doesn't-
That's kind of the same
Neither,
concept.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
a
I
new
was saying,
thing.
if
And
you're
then
knocked
so
that's
quick,
the
like it's
big
not
thing.
hardly worth it because the landing damage is big damage.
So the baby ultimate
No, I
is
don't think
really
so.
kind of an extender of his combos for when you don't have enough energy and you can't go into the ultimate
That's
state.
crazy.
Merc,
It's
go
a
lay down,
little,
buddy.
like,
Yeah, guys,
short
all
jab,
codes that are
so
being
he
dropped in
winds
chat
up
are from the
Excalibur,
man himself,
chops
Mr.
forward, and
Titan
then jabs
Isaiah.
forward in a big area.
It feels like a
Feels like
banish,
banish, yeah,
okay,
it
but
looks
you're
like
yeah,
you
but you're
build
taking
some
damage
energy.
from
Deja
them.
also
Yeah.
banished.
Close
You
the
can't take
distance with a
damage
short
when you're in
hop
the
stun
air
and get back
from
onto
anybody
them.
else but
It's
Deja.
really there to enable you to chase targets effectively.
This is
or
gonna
just
be
if your abilities are down,
fun.
you need to buy a little bit of time
Yeah,
to
he's
get your abilities
banishing
back
that
up.
ass
Yeah,
back
You can
to
use
front.
that to stun them.
Is it like when he charges
Oh,
forward?
yeah.
It looks like he's got a projectile range on that. Does he have to connect with you? With the dash?
He has to connect with you with any part of that hit area.
Oh, really? So
Yeah,
It's
got
the
pretty
hit
long
area
range,
on the ult?
actually.
Oh, it's instant. Yeah.
that's cool.
Wait, where is the
So
ult
that
range?
ability was
I
really
want to see the ult
designed
range.
as like Pon said, the combo extender. If you don't really want to go for the full ultimate, you've done an interesting like 1 standard into 2 combo into 3 standard, and now you want to follow
do
some more
combos.
damage. You can throw
So
the 4 in between.
If they're
At one
trying to
point, we even had it.
Dude,
lowering his
I'm
cooldowns
fucking
and
high.
using
I wish
people
I got
back.
to
We
play
found
this
that
now.
What
This
wasn't
is
the
insane.
fuck?
necessary 'cause
That
his cooldowns
line
went up
ability
pretty
goes through
low.
wall?
on its own, so he didn't.
Wait, it
really
went through the
need
wall?
cooldown resetting-
Yeah,
cooldown
hit that
resetting
Odin bot
mechanics
behind the
on top of
wall.
Everything else.
This god's
No
amazing. I really love the
way.
beast tech that you're putting, by the way. Like, the idea of the ultimate sounds amazing.
The thing is
there's actually
insane
one other thing
range.
I wanted to
I
this is like
Go.
So
my
if you can
like the
get
amount I
Yeah,
want to
hit
play this
Odin
god
off
is
the ones.
more than
That's
Baron,
where
and
you find
Baron
the
playing
building.
it was
Oh,
one of
he's
the
been
most
building
fun
it
gods
up.
I've ever played.
Off cooldown.
He didn't hit
I mean, when the one's on cooldown, just spam 2, right? And then go
I
back
think
to
it
one.
stops on the first god hit,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
usually
Or is that a
Or
different
he
ability?
just
No,
uses
that was the
it.
3
He
knockup
finds
or
it.
You
whatever.
can't go 1-3-1, but you
He
could
says
go
that.
1-3-2-1, right? Because you want us to be on cooldown if you went 1-3-1.
So if you go 1 standard,
Wow.
2
All right,
combo,
we're gonna go read through
3
the other patch
standard,
notes.
1 combo,
This
you
is
can do
fucking
that.
crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That is fucking crazy. That is so cool, dude. I can't get over that. Who designed the god? Whose god design was that? Or is it just a team thing again? All right, we got some new skins, which
Cosmic
honestly
Hercules.
I don't care about right now. We got
Come
bug
on.
fixes, fucking more bug fixes. Can you just give it to him?
Dude, I've been
And then tell him to lay down.
Like
Tell
10
him no.
minutes.
Throw it to him and say no. Don't throw it away. Like hand it to him. Just hand it to him. Say no. Merc, go lay down. Go lay down. Murky, go lay down, buddy. Down. Down. You're
Merc,
being
down.
sneaky. Down. Go on. Lay down. All right. Arachne got a buff to the ultimate. Okay. Arachne now creates a 25 unit radius area of web that lasts for 5 seconds wherever she lands.
25 units is fucking huge.
Enemies in this area are slowed by 25%, and Arachne gains movement speed, then is immune to slows while in the web. Finally, that's literally what I've been asking for, like forever. Hell stance switches, increase the dark stance power self buff from 60 to 70, so it's up 10. Power aura is up 5. Self protection is up, what is it? Start higher? Oh, it starts at 13. Damn. Protection aura starts at 6.5 now. Wait, are they trying to make her like a fucking support?
Health support, yeah.
Okay. Susano adjusted the ultimate, the pre-fire time on this ability so that the Typhoon starts deploying immediately upon. Oh, nice. So it comes out right away and it charges up a little bit faster because of that. Decreased mana cost of Thor's 2. Decrease the cooldown. Oh, it scales down. Nice. That's actually cool. Bro, all right. Before we get too much farther into this, I have a video coming out on YouTube because this is mainly going to be watched on YouTube. It's the top 5 gods that need reworks. And I went through and I said the abilities that needed to be reworked. I literally said Arachne. I said that almost exact fucking change. I recorded this 3 days ago. I did Xing 10. We'll see if it's the same. So the roar, increase the duration to 4 seconds at all ranks. That's huge. Decrease the percentage damage done from basic attacks. What is it? Start higher? They decreased.
Fuck? 30%.
Wait, hold on.
That's huge.
No. Decrease percent damage done. So it's
That's a
down.
buff.
No, it's a nerf.
Wait.
It's to 20 up to 50%. It starts at a lower amount. Decrease the percent tick damage from 3 up to 3. Yeah. Aren't these nerfs?
Decrease percent damage done from basic attacks.
Yeah, they decrease. Yeah, I think that's a nerf. Unless I can't read. Total damage difference is 3 to 12, 4 to 12. Oh, because it ticks 4 times, so this isn't actually a nerf. All right.
Oh.
The ultimate now deals damage to enemies in the radius, even if they have cleansed the garb. Increase movement speed while channeling this ability. Oh, grab, dude. I can't read right now. Fucking grab. So he still kind of sucks because his ultimate's slow as fuck, but he's a little bit faster and he'll do damage even if he doesn't pick you up. I still think he sucks. But yeah, that is something I talked about was how shitty his ult is. You'll see in the video later on. All right, so those are the patch notes. New god is probably going to be one of the most fun gods that Smite has seen. We're almost 100 gods in. That's kind of fucking